What's up guys, Looter here. I am bringing you a Rumble Jungle VOD review. This is something that's been highly requested over on TikTok. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, please be sure to check it out. I will put the link in the description below. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Rumble Jungle, guys. It is pretty damn strong in my opinion. I've been playing it a lot on a Smurf account, and this account has decayed, but I'm going to bring it back up again. I was Masters earlier in the season, and let's just climb back now. Starting with Q, but you want to make sure you tag E on both of these Krugs right here, because your E gives magic penetration, and if you can hit both, then both will die simultaneously. Here I'm just adjusting some settings mid Q. Try to pull them all the way to the left here. I kind of messed up on that clear actually. I think you can hold your Q a bit longer and get the little Krugs on it. But here I'm just trying to shuffle my heat. You don't need to overheat on this camp. You ideally want to overheat on the wolves. So here I'm just watching mid, clearing my camp. There is a way to overheat on raptors if you're spamming your abilities right off the start, but I've found I prefer the overheat on wolves here, because this one takes quite a while if you're unable to overheat, and I think it just helps the clear a significant amount. Raptors is really easy to take as Rumble, so these wolves overheating on them feels pretty good. Here, always, checking mid lane, top lane, in between my clear. So right now I'm thinking, okay, there's an opportunity for a play topside. There's a pretty good chance Xin Zhao is about to gank bottom, and there he is. So here he is bot side. I go, okay, he only has red buff. Sorry, I believe he only has red buff. He has not taken his blue yet. Yeah, 16 CS. Let me just go back and check. I'm pretty sure when I panned down it was yeah, red buff. So that means he has taken his topside camps, or he has done red into his bot side. So what I'm going to do here is, I know Yorick is exposed. There's no chance for a counter gank, and I see Aatrox has gotten him pretty low, and on top of that there's a decent wave crashing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sit in this bush. I don't really care about taking the Scuttle Crab right now. It's not going to give me level 4. And on top of that, I really believe that there's a fair chance that we can dive this. And like I said, we know Xin Zhao's in his bot side jungle right now. Very unlikely that he has only done his red. And here we go. We're going for the dive. Aatrox tanks tower. I start off with a QE, and that's all she wrote. Yorick doesn't have flash. He took Ignite TP, so that was also something else for my reasoning into pathing top. Typically, I actually really enjoy pathing into bottom over top lane, but Aatrox is a really snowball heavy champion, and for him to have an opponent that doesn't have flash, that's just like literally asking for free ganks. So that was my strategy going into this one. I should have explained that earlier. So a lot of people like to go sweeper at this stage, but I found that if I have both of my trinkets still up, I can provide a lot of opportunity for good vision on this next rotation. And, there's really not that many 2-minute gank opportunities here. Like, I might gank Yorick one more time. Will I need sweeper for that? Probably not. Very unlikely that I'm ganking Yasuo, and the only time I will go bot here is if it's for an immediate counter gank to a Xin Zhao play, in which case there's already a pink ward there, so I don't really need the sweeper. So, there's pretty big habit and stigma in jungle that you always need to have sweeper, but think of opportunities when maybe sweeper isn't necessary. So here, like I said, I'm here for the counter gank, but I don't need sweeper. It's already pinked in that bush. And I'm just going to walk up here. I commit flash onto the Xin Zhao because I was afraid that he was going to get onto the Ashe. Otherwise, I would have saved my flash most likely. But it was mostly just to secure Ashe's life, and now the wave is really good for Ashe. She should most likely freeze in this scenario. She could be bad and end up shoving, but in my opinion, as a coach, I believe that freezing is the best option here. That really the enemy bot lane can't walk up, because right now I'm in fog of war. Like you see, there's 2 pinks on bot side. They can't walk up, they don't know where I am, and for all they know, I'm just waiting there to gank again. So this gives Ashe an opportunity to deny a lot of XP and gold. So I'm going to leave the lane instead of shoving, and a lot of junglers need to learn this, because quite honestly, junglers typically just have the habit of pushing right after they have a successful gank, and that's not always the correct play. So Pantheon has a good roam timer here, but unfortunately they're also on a roam timer because Ashe has the bot freeze, and you know, they're too scared to unfreeze bottom lane, like I said, so they decided to use their tempo to make a play mid. And I'm just there to hover. I don't really look to fight here because I have 900 gold. I have 3 more camps to clear on the top side if Scuttle's up, and I'm pretty happy with that. So here we're just looking top side again. As a general rule of thumb, guys, especially just any jungler really, but I guess we're looking at Rumble here. I have the habit, and I always try to teach this to my junglers. I think that when you're walking between camps, you should be looking at the lanes most likely that you can impact in the near future. There's really no sense in me looking bottom right now. I can see that they're getting shoved in, but like there's no universe where I can walk all the way down there and do anything about it. Even though Xin Zhao's down there, like I can peek quickly like that and just see like, okay, are they safe? Are they getting warded? Like, is he coming? I'm just looking for information like that, but I can't actually do anything about it. So my priority here is really looking at top and mid. So as I'm clearing these camps, you guys are going to see that I'm panning my camera between top and mid mostly. I'm trying to gather information there because I cannot influence bottom lane, right? So here I'm able to steal his red away, which is really good. And I can transition that into a gank right away if the opportunity presents itself. But here it looks like I'm just going to set a trap for Xin Zhao. I have the level 6 power spike. He's level 5. There's no no chance, you know. Or I was trying to say he doesn't stand a chance. And yeah, that's all she wrote. And here I have a lot of gold, so I'm just trying to get Scuttle Crab and do a little reset here. Going to continue my path into top lane. I'm going to pick up my Krugs, do red, do Raptors, and look for something again. So pretty easy, simple game plan. Now I'm switching to Sweeper, as you can tell. Maxed out on gold, so really good purchase there. Literally couldn't have asked for a better back. And we're going back to our Krugs. So the idea here, guys, is I'm just going to Krugs as they're coming up, you know? Like you see my Raptors spawn, so I'm a little bit behind on this delay. However, ideally, in a perfect world, I'm walking to these Krugs as they're spawning. But since I went and killed Xin Zhao topside, it kind of delayed me from getting here on time. But as you guys can see, like in a different world where I don't kill Xin Zhao there and I just commit to the recall, then I would be approaching the Krugs there as they spawn, which is exactly what you want to be doing. Here, same thing though, we're just pathing into topside. I could look for a Herald play, you know, when I'm done my clear here. I could look for a mid gank, I could look for a top gank, I could look for an invade. There's 3 different options, right? And here I'm just assessing my situation. I don't know what option I'm going to take yet at this point. I'm still thinking. I see, okay, we got a kill here. I was thinking about committing to that to help him finish, but I can walk back to my wolves comfortably. I see Xin Zhao is ganking mid, so I go, okay, his Raptors are about to spawn. Maybe there's an opportunity for a play there. I'm just going to, you know, potentially hover the Aatrox so he can safely push out. And it looks like he's going for the reset. So after my Gromp and blue, we can most certainly look for a play. So now I'm taking the blue. Looks like Pantheon's going for a mid gank here, so really what I'm thinking at this point is, oh, and then all of a sudden I spot Xin Zhao on the Herald, which was unexpected. Even in the VOD review, I forgot that had happened. That was just a weird timer for him because all his camps were up. But yeah, there's a bit of a forced play here, kind of like solo queue shenanigans. But I'm on a really good clear timer here. I have a lot of XP and gold on Xin Zhao. I've probably done about like 6 extra camps than he has, I'd like to say. Maybe 5. I need to press tab to see again. But I've really, like, I'm on a ton of gold and XP on him, and here there's really not much to do other than to gank mid, so I'm just sitting waiting for an option to come to fruition, and here I go, okay, let's see what we can do. And fortunately, Xin Zhao shows up and I have to flash away. Otherwise, that Yasuo was most certainly dead. So, all in all, just using my downtime there to try to kill mid. Didn't really pan out, but that's okay. We're just going to go for a reset. Again, if I didn't go for that play and I committed to a recall, then I would be showing up exactly on the timer as my Krugs are spawning, see? And my Raptors would be spawning now, and I'd be like heading towards that. But instead, I used my tempo for the mid play, and I'm just a little bit behind again as these camps are spawning. And really, that's not that big a deal at the end of the day. I'm still going to get them all cleared, and I'll be able to do the timer again. Xin Zhao is way behind pace, as you can see, 78 farm to 64 right now. And on top of that, he needs to recall now, where I just finished my recall and I'm hitting my new camps already. So either he has to recall or he's doing these camps on less items than me. So really, I'm quite happy with this game state, and I'm pretty okay with pathing into top still. There was an opportunity for me to actually go to Wolves and path down instead. But here I'm just going to play for bot side and try to split the map, because my Ashe and Pantheon are quite strong in this position. They feel pretty comfortable walking up this far. They have priority. Gragas has priority mid. So I go, okay, let's scrap, Here we're walking to their jungle. I get a nice overheat on the Xin Zhao to pop his ulti. And here I'm just, I'm playing position to peel the Pantheon out, but I'm not really looking to fight anymore. My heat is low, so I need to ramp that up again. I'm able to tag the Xin Zhao there, which was really nice. Gragas found a good angle, but that was more Gragas than me. Here, unfortunately, the bush was warded and Pantheon ults for no reason, but we get a good dragon off of it, and that was mostly reading mid and bot priority, right? Although my top camps were up, you saw that like by looking at what my bot lane was doing, by looking at what my mid lane was doing, I was able to really come to a good judgment there of splitting the map here and just playing for this bot side play. And this allows me to win over his blue buff as well as the dragon on top of a kill, right? So it ended up being a really good play. And all in all, this play is only possible because I had mid and bot priority. And without that, I wouldn't have followed up on it at all. So really, play off of that lane priority. And that's something that I learned as being a mid lane main for so long, right? I was a mid lane roaming main for ages and ages. So I really bring a lot of that knowledge to jungle and try to apply those same principles. Because a lot of junglers don't play off of priority very well, in my opinion. And they could do a better job of that. So here, again, I see that Pantheon's mid hovering. So I feel very, very comfortable going for this, knowing that Xin Zhao's bot side. Not like Yasuo can just ditch his lane and come stop me doing this. And Yorick is pushed under tower. So again, utilizing my priority, although I have my Gromp and my Wolves up, right? Those camps are protected. Like, there's no one that can take them right now, so I might as well go into his jungle and take that camp. In a different world, I would actually just full clear his top side here, but I felt pretty uneasy about bot lane getting dove, and on top of that, I wanted to protect my bot camps here since I'd already taken his red. So what I'm doing now is I'm sprinting to my bot side to see if I can potentially meet him there. And I see that I'm 2 levels up, so I'm going to absolutely steamroll him if he shows up on my screen. And I feel, okay, I'm just going to play for this. I'm going to play to protect my bot lane here. There's no reason for me to be in the top side other than to take his camps. And I'm already so far ahead that I don't really need to take those camps anyways. So I felt more comfortable on the bot side of the map here, especially with the Xin Zhao having tempo. Gragas needed to reset. And I didn't know what Xin Zhao was up to. He could easily been taking my bot side there instead of being top here. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with that decision, and although I don't get his Raptors and Krugs, it's like I am able to protect my bot lane here by being bottom. I get all my bot camps plus his red buff, so I still come out on top. So here we're just clearing into the top side. I see that Aatrox is 1v2ing them, so that's good. And yeah, this is pretty much it, honestly. At this point, the game is relatively won. We have such a substantial lead that it's going to be really hard for them to come back. Again, see, look, I'm skipping those camps because I know Xin Zhao's camps are up here. So all I want to do is go into his jungle and take his, knowing that he can't take mine. He had no idea I was there, obviously. Here I'm just able to back him up. Really easy dive for us. Boom, done. Pretty much GG. And now I can go into Xin Zhao's jungle and take his camps instead of me autopiloting taking my own camps there, I recognized by looking at top lane that I needed to be there, skip the camps, and as a reward, I know if I'm able to kill Xin Zhao, then I'll make that tempo back up because I'm going to take his camps here instead of taking my own. And it's not like my camps are going anywhere. They're just sitting there. So I'll get them eventually. And yeah, it's quite simple concept, really. So here, I have the option of going for my bot camps or doing Herald. And because Ashe is pushing in mid, and I feel safe about that priority, nothing happening top lane, Zinza's bot side clearing his only camps that are up because I just took his top camps. This means Rift Herald is ours. So now after Rift, I have the option of either recalling, riding straight back bottom so I can protect the Gragas and my camps are spawning down there, or I can do my blue buff, Gromp, reset, and that seems to be the option I take because I think I need a little bit more gold for my item. I believe that's the reason why. I think I need to open my shop to double check, but I'm pretty sure I'm taking these so that I can have a little bit more gold. Okay. So here, ideally, I'm popping recall. Yeah, I should have recalled even sooner, but I felt maybe I needed to hover mid for some reason. But yeah, that's the gold I needed. Get my control ward back on the map. Heading into my bot side as Dragon is spawning in 30 seconds, and we feel pretty good about this tempo. As you can see, in my downtime when there's nothing going on, always constantly looking around the map, right? Always looking at what my options are, gathering as much information as I can. This is something I really learned from watching Faker with his F-keying, but also Doinby does an incredible job of this mid lane of providing information for his team and also gathering information and sort of taking that in with his decision making. So really learned a lot from watching those two in terms of map awareness and now applying it to jungle. So here I made a mistake. I should have pink warded the other side of the bush because now a ranged champion could easily hit from over the wall. So that was a mistake of mine, but very small one. Won't let it happen again, but for you guys, don't make that mistake. Ideally, you want to ward on your side of the river so that it's not so easy to hit. The one benefit is it kind of baited Nami in there because she was sweeping and standing closer to Pantheon. So for that reason, it actually kind of bought me that Nami kill now that I'm watching it in hindsight. Because she was sweeping and standing so close to Pantheon right there. So that's kind of funny. Like, I didn't actually recognize that in-game, but you know what? I take it back. My ward was genius. I take it all back. So here, really simple. Again, I'm getting 3 quadrants of the camps, right? I've consistently, for like the last 3 times, taken his top side and my bot side, right? So think about that. Like his red buff, his Krugs, his Raptors, those are mine. Plus all of my regular camps, right? So he's only getting a quarter of the camps while I'm getting 3/4. So I'm controlling this three quadrant really well. And I've just basically conceded his blue buff side. Like, yeah, you can take the blue buff and all that. That's good. That's yours. You know what? I won't even bother you there, right? I won't even bother you. But this rest of this is mine. That's not yours anymore. This is my jungle. And as a result, I'm like 50 farm up and 702 at this point in the game. So. And this is pathing into topside, guys. Typically, the best way to play jungle in this season has been to path towards bottom because ADC support just so damn OP. But you know, there's a lot of opportunity when you path topside and have a good solid game plan. So this is a good example of that in my opinion. So now I am clearing towards bot lane, switching up the direction. And the main reason for that is we're going to have dragon that spawns in 2 minutes. So not on this path, but on the next time I clear around, 3 minutes. So the next time I clear around, it should be good timing for by the time I'm done this next rotation of camps to do dragon. Here I have no idea what happened to red buff. It just kept resetting on me. I was trying to pull it, but it just wasn't having it. I think it's like the weird bug on the map because it's the infernal map, so the wall got taken away or something. But here as well, I just like stopped autoing the ward. I don't know what's going on. I'm just blundering all over the place. But here, obviously, there's a fight happening on the top side. I feel, okay, there's none of my camps are up. I might as well just walk up here, see what happens. Zins out, overextends. I'm just waiting in the bush here, but unfortunately, Seraphine somehow like just barely spots me. Like I just see her just for a brief second. Otherwise, that would have been really good because I think they would have walked right into me. And I thought I was hiding in Fog of War correctly there, but I get spotted for a split second. Here you're about to see the Rumble ulti of the fucking century. Sorry for my language, but yeah, the really nice one. Unfortunately, I didn't feel comfortable flashing over because I have a 1,000 gold shutdown, remember? And I need to be kind of smart about the way I use that. So if I had no shutdown, you know for a fact I'm flashing over and seeing if I can, go quadra kill there. But I was just like, you know what, my team's going to arrive. I'm just going to play it safe. Like, I've thrown so many games in the past by doing something risky for content. And there I just felt the smart play is just to wait on my team. So, which is good. I'm building more discipline. I didn't have that level of discipline in the past. I would always flash in there and just see what happens for fun. So it's good. I'm maturing, guys. And you guys should too. Just make the smart play and keep your LP. People are far more impressed by your rank than like some stupid play you make in, your solo queue game. So here we're taking Baron, and it should be basically a done deal at this point. I mean, I'm so monster fed and ahead, and my team's so ahead, and we're just going to skip forward a little bit because I feel like there's not really too much more to watch here. Just basically... Oh. Basically, it's a wrap at this point. Like here, there's a fight down here, where for Dragon, like my team just is skipping steps and isn't setting up vision correctly. But because I'm so damn fed, I just like throw this monstrous ulti down, and we just ace them in the game. So I'm pretty sure it's GG here. I think they FF or something. We're coming pretty close to it. No, we fight them one more time. Just for fun, I guess they decide, hey, maybe we can win. And it turns out they don't stand a chance, actually. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something about Rumble Jungle. Really important that you manage your heat and you're always overheating on your camps. I don't think I mentioned that because it felt really self-explanatory, but now I'm thinking back on it, for people that don't play Rumble, make sure you're stacking your heat constantly between your camps. Always pay attention to what lanes that you can affect in the short term. Never spend too much time looking at the lane that is out of your control, unless if you know that you're going to reset in a suitable time to go affect it. And yeah, guys, that's basically Rumble Jungle. It's pretty simple, good, fast, clear champion that if you're pathing correctly and you're avoiding getting counter jungled or invaded yourself, then it can be a really powerful pick. And something else that's worth mentioning about Rumble Jungle is if you pick it early, then people have no idea it's going jungle. So a lot of times I've first picked or second picked Rumble, right? And they think it's going mid or top, and they pick like a counter to Rumble, and then it turns out it's jungle, and that's like the last place they're expecting. So something to think about, something to utilize in your games. And if you guys found this Rumble Jungle VOD review interesting, I'd be happy to do more. Thank you so much for watching. Looter out.